What is going on, YouTube? My name is Barry Buckets, and many people have been asking for this guide, and so it has finally come. It has finally been time for the Ultimate Labs guide. I hope you guys can utilize this and become more confident with labs. Myself, I usually play labs about 90% of the time. It's definitely my main map. I've been playing it for four or five plus wipes, and I just want to help you guys get more familiar with the map. I want you guys to get more confident with the map, and ultimately I want to kind of distinguish the stigma that labs is scary, that labs is just this dark place that you just lose your rubles and lose your kits. And ultimately I just want to help you guys out and help you guys find another map, or maybe even a better way to enjoy the game. So first and foremost, if you don't know who I am, the channel has been busting lately, and I really appreciate you guys. You guys have allowed me to continue to make content and put out what you guys love, and I'm grateful that you guys continue to let me know what you guys want and ask me for certain guides or certain content. So please, in the comments down below, any type of videos that you guys want, anything that you guys feel that can be beneficial to you guys and can help you guys in Tarkov, or all in all just can help you guys become a better player, please let me know. And don't be scared to ask, because I'm right here. So we're gonna get into it. This is going to be an offline labs raid. Please don't find me in the comments. This is an offline raid, okay? The loot and offline raids, usually they're it's a bit more juicy, but that's okay, because I want you guys to see every single spawn that we have, and I want to make sure that you guys have all of the details, all of the small intricate shots and angles that everybody and a lot of the players, a lot of the labs player base, they know. So just be aware, this is an offline raid. I'm warning you now. Please, like I said, this is not an online raid, this is an offline raid. If you guys want to see online raids, we have plenty of labs videos in our previous videos, so please go check out our older videos. But this is going to be an offline raid, and let's get right into it, okay? So before we get in there, I want to just inform you guys and help you guys know, whenever you go to labs, guys, do not feel like you need to wear level 5, level 6, the only Zabralo. You don't need to do that. A TV rig is fine. I have a CPC here, right here. I am a huge believer in the slap plate. This helmet is about 100k total. It will ricochet any bullet in the game. So just in case, if you're not a helmet believer, that's okay, but if you are, give this helmet a try right here. It's the fake TAC. It is about 15k, and the slap plate, if people aren't buying them, 70 to 80k. Give this helmet a try. If you want to wear an alternate, if you want to wear a wrist tee, I totally understand it. Me personally, I need to have ears while I'm in labs. Ears are your best friend, so this is just what I'm running. But do not feel like you need to run it slick and a wrist tee every raid, because you do not need to do that. So let's eliminate that stigma right now. What I will tell you guys is just make sure that you always run good bullets. Good bullets will always be king. If you can run good bullets and have a mid-tier meta gun, it is more important than having a meta gun with poo-poo bullets, okay? So good bullets, a reasonable kit. I have key cards, but you don't need key cards to make money on this map. I'm gonna show you guys all the spawns in the key card rooms and outside of the key card rooms. So just make sure you guys are aware of all the loot spawns and how to make money on this map. It's not really gonna be a loot guide. It's just gonna I'm gonna tell you guys how I would play it, and you guys can kind of form your own routes and your own kind of runs based off how I would play it. I'm not telling anybody how to play, but this is just me and how I'm pretty successful doing it. All right, guys, so I want to say that there is 12 spawns on labs, and I'm gonna show you guys every single one. And after you get the spawns, and after you see the loot run, you will have an idea of where to push from. Right here, if I spawn here, I love pushing spawns. I believe that pushing spawns is the most successful thing to do while being in labs, because it allows you to just get to the players, and the faster you eliminate the players, the quicker you will be able to loot the map. So this is spawn number 1. We have a couple spawns over here. This is spawn number 2. Spawn number 3. Spawn number 4. Spawn number 5. Actually, spawn number 5. Spawn number 6. Spawn number 7. Spawn number 8. This is spawn number 9. This is spawn number 10. This is spawn number 11. Spawn number 12. Spawn number 13. Spawn number 14. Spawn number 15. Alright guys, so now that you know all of the spawns and where you can spawn it on the map, now I'm going to show you how to push keycard rooms and valuable spawns from the blue spiral spawn. So first and foremost, right when I get into the raid, you know, pop that PK right off rip. You know, of course, if you don't run PKs, well, probably not a good idea. So I'm just gonna kind of show you guys where to push from if you have key cards available, if you kind of want to push those high tier spawns off rip. Now I'm gonna tell you to be cautious of all of these spawns that I just showed you guys, because usually if the raid is full, you know, you're looking at maybe 5 to 6 of those spawns, excuse me, being filled up with players. So it's not always ideal to push keycard spawns. I would rather tell you guys to or keycard rooms I should say, I would rather you push those spawns so you have an idea of where those players are at, and you can kind of see if those guys, if they spawn there, if doors are open, if you hear footsteps. But for right now, I'm just gonna kind of show you guys how to get to those rooms from this is gonna be from the perspective of the blue spiral spawn. So we call this blue spiral because of course blue is literally right here. So if you have blue, you can come over here, you know, you can swipe blue, This is without a doubt the worst key card in the game. It's just terrible. It is the worst. There's a green card spawn right here. I've gotten 1 green card spawn in 2.5 wipes, so don't think that you will get a green card spawn very often, but it does spawn here, and I want you guys to be aware of that. There's a LEDX spawn right at the bottom. I haven't seen that in another 2 wipes since dynamic loot came into the game. But there's yeah, but you know, maybe you guys get lucky. You know, let me know in the comments how many key cards that you guys have gotten this wipe. So you have stem spawn, Opthal stem spawn, and don't forget all these spawns, if they spawn stems, they can spawn Opthals as well. Stem spawn, stem spawn, stem spawn, stem spawn, bag of loot. So this is going to be blue. So from blue on the same floor, so I like to call this blue level. You can also call it black level because we're right here. You got to be careful because you will have I like calling this spot backside blue. And I'm just going to tell you guys all of my call outs so you can get more familiar with labs if you know you're a brand new player. I call this I because it's just I. This is an empty room. There might be some medical spawns here, but I usually don't loot this. This is an empty room. If somebody gets pushed into this corner, you can be aggressive. They cannot go anywhere. You can definitely get some nades in here. And don't forget, look how these doors spawn. These doors always spawn open. So if these doors are ever closed, if any of these doors are ever closed, somebody's been by here, okay? Somebody's been by here. The only door that does not spawn open is going to be backside blue. And if you look all the way down the hall, you're gonna have server doors open. We'll get to that in a second. So from blue, once you loot blue, you know, like I said, if you're pushing keycard rooms, which I do not advise, but just so you get familiar with the map, we're going to have black room. This is black room. This is without a doubt the best keycard in the game. If you are gonna push a room, this is the room to push. Be mindful now. This door spawns open. It's always gonna spawn open. This door spawns closed. You can shoot through both of these doors as long as they have patched the pin problem we were having, pin glitch. I don't know what you want to call it, but you couldn't shoot through anything because it was broken. It was just broken. Those doors spawned closed. This is shootable. This will kill you, okay? It used to not be able to. Now this isn't like some typical glass. This glass will tank bullets. You know, if you have a wrist tee, if you have a helmet, if they shoot them in the head, they can definitely tank it, okay? But this glass is shootable. It used to be bulletproof. It is not anymore. So please do not just sit here, sitting here looking at the person thinking you're invincible because you will die, okay? This glass is more shootable. Be careful here. People like to sit in this room. They like to hold this right-hand angle. Another very infamous right-hand peak is also going to be this peak right here. They love this peak. This peak right here is definitely one that people hold. You can even get through the keyhole. And so just please be careful coming here. Just trying to give you guys as much information possible when it comes to fighting in black, okay? Fighting in black. This is the best room in the game. The stems are just incredible. There's just so much money here. I will say one thing too. I know that offline loot is buff, but one thing I can say for certain, this room is always juicy. I hardly get a bad room here. Spawns on the ground. Just make sure you look at all these spawns. All these spawns that I'm looking at with my laser. It's a stem spawn. There's 4 LEDX spawns in here. 1, 2, 3. There's more actually. There's even more. 4, 5, 6. So, yeah, there's all these spots. It's just insane. This is not a very good black room, but I can reassure you, I can tell you guys, this is the best room without a doubt. I will have my order of key cards and how I believe how valuable they are listed down below, so you guys can look to get key cards if you want to. So once again, chat, this is the black room. This is the black keycard room. You can also go from below. It has a double entrance. So this glass is pinnable, so please be careful. I just want to show you guys the keycard rooms and where you can go. This is a green spire right here. This is also a spawn. Please be careful because audio is terrible in the spawns with the wind. But this is green spawn right here. Be careful behind this door. This door should never be open. If it's open, somebody did come through. Please be careful. And you have green room right above. Green room is right above. black, okay? Just so you guys are aware. Green is also another case. There's only one entrance and one exit. This is the only entrance and exit right here, okay? So if anybody gets stuck in here, just be aware there's many spots that people like to camp in here. But the good thing about green is if you're feeling like you just, you know, you're that guy, this is also the same type of glass. In server, this is also the same type of glass in black. This glass is very sturdy, but it is pinnable. I'm not saying that if you have a bad bullet, it'll kill somebody through it, but this glass is not bulletproof. Please do not sit here and try to just bait somebody. You will die right here. Just so you guys are aware, okay? So this is green room. I like to call this green level because this is right above black. This is the green level. I'm gonna continue to call out my comms so you guys can get more familiar with it if you aren't used to labs and aren't used to the comms. If you have your own comms, it's okay. All of these are some stem spawns, some Salewa spawns, just medical spawns here, intel spawn right there, high valuable spawn right there. You have stem spawn, high valuable spawn. How high valuable spawn? High valuables could be Bitcoin, GPU, LEDX, gold spawn, weapon crates. And one thing I'm gonna tell you guys that you may not know: every black box on this map, there's over 15 black boxes. If you are low on energy, if you are low on food, every black box in labs will always have food. They will always have a bag of food. If there's not one in there, then someone took it. So if you're ever running out of low on food, look for the black boxes. Here you go, chat. Medical spawn, medical spawn, medical spawn. Stems, all these spawns can stems, they can spawn anything. So be aware. Medical spawn, stem spawn here. LEDX spawn here. Haven't got that in a long time, but people in chat do say that it still exists. Medical spawn, medical spawn. I'm not gonna grab this stuff because I want you guys to visualize these spawns. Visualize the intel spawn right here. Visualize these spawns so you guys know where to find stuff at. Black keycard spawn right here. Stems, stem spawn, medical spawn, gold spawn right here. And this is going to be green room. This is green room right here. Once again, definitely a solid room, probably one of the better rooms. But the key card is just so hard to get right now. So now we're gonna head over to red room, and we're just gonna hit a whole circle along the map. An entire circle along the map. This is red room, and this is a very dangerous room because there are just so many angles that you guys, there's just so many angles that you can get shot from. I mean, this is a very, very open map, of course, and so you have to be wary of just so many angles. You know, here in kitchen, here on Skybridge spawn, you have here in bathroom. I closed this door on accident. So if this door is ever closed, you need to check it. This door usually is open. So if this door is open, people will still like to sit in here. You also have to check the spot as well. They'll camp in here sometimes. I'm just trying to give you guys, you know, as many spots as to be aware of when coming to red room. So this is red right here. Careful for this camping spot as well. Spawn here, spawn here, spawn here. So red and violet are attached. So if you have both key cards, you can loot both at the same, not at the same time, but you know, while you're in here. This is a green card spawn right here. I haven't seen this in ages, but maybe you guys are a little bit more lucky than me. Then we have red room here and four red room. If you have red, you also must have the arsenal storage room key. Red key card opens up this door, but in order to get there, you still must have the arsenal key to open up this right here. Okay. So as we get into red, it's the most expensive key card in the game. You know, if you can find one, if you can snag one for maybe 20 mil or less, I would advise it. Maybe put up a trade for it. This key card is not worth 40 mil or above. It's not even worth 30 mil and above, and I've had mine since the first month of wipe. I just wouldn't advise you spending that much money on a key card that the payout and the payoff, even for somebody who plays laps all day, it's not very likely. But in here you have an intel spawn, you have a high tier loot spawn, you have the graphics card. This is the high tier loot spawn, high tier loot spawn, high tier loot spawn. In here you have stem test spawn on the ground, weapon parts. Up top you have gold spawns. If you can't get up there and if you can't get the stuff, you just simply spam open the cabinets, jump on the cabinets, and you can just loot from right here. And then if you really need to get in there, just walk on there, grab the bitcoins that spawn up here. Weapon spawns as well, And one thing about red that is different from every other keycard room. If you close this door, you are locked in. This door relocks every time that you open, when you close the door. So if you do not have a red keycard and it's open, please do not get locked in here, because unless you have a red keycard, you cannot get out. This is the only room that does this. So once again, you can close all the other room doors, you'll be okay. But for red, you cannot. You can open it from the inside or the outside, it does not matter. But please be careful, do not get locked in here, please. As we go over to Violet, Violet is right here. And Violet is possibly the second best. It's a really good room for the price. I would advise all of you guys to get it. As you can see, a LEDX right here, high tier loot spawn right here, high tier loot spawn right here. Weapon parts, Red Rebel, transfer Red Rebel, in these green crates. Then you can come in here, lunchbox as well, you can find in there. Gold spawn there. So Violet is an extremely good key card. Once again, I will rank them at the end, but definitely Violet is one of the ones that you can get. It's very accessible, and I will say, if you are ever in here, you know, trying to go loot red and you're not aware, please be careful, because people, if you, right when you open up red door, if you see this door open, somebody is in here. People like to camp this right hand peak right here. They love the right hand peak right here. So please be careful if you can, if you really want to, whenever you're coming in. So say, you know, so say red's closed from right here and you come in to open, you come in to loot it. If you see, before you run in, quick peek it. If you see that door open, if you see that door open right there, that is a red flag going off in your head. What I like to do, I like to peek nade it. You can get in here, you can be aggressive, you can clear this, but there will be anywhere from 1 to 5 people sitting in these two rooms combined. Don't be fooled if red is locked, because once again, people will lock themselves in this room. Ready?
Hey, it doesn't sound like your card's working there, bud.
All right, here we go. Room and play super aggressive. So just please be careful when you're doing this. And so here you go for Violet, just got to be careful. And yeah, there we go. So that is red and Violet. Definitely a great room if you can get the stuff. You know, if you can get in there and be safe, you just got to make sure you clear it. Be careful. Based off our spawns now, we are heading over to yellow. This is our last key card. Yellow is another great key card to have. It is about, when I got it, it was like 100k. It may be like 500k now. Definitely worth it. You have a double spawn in here. You have a high tier spawn in here. High tier spawn as well here. And it is just a great room to have. You make so much money. So much money can be made. Just be careful. Once again, you have to unlock this. All these rooms, all these keycard rooms, you have to unlock. You cannot make any of this money without these keycards. Now I'm going to show you guys how to make money without keycards, because it is extremely feasible. With 100%, without a doubt, you can make a good amount of money on labs without keycards. But keycards just kind of juice up the pot, and they help you make a lot more rubles. And I mean, come on, who doesn't love rubles? I mean, you make rubles and you can get some PvP. It's a very successful raid. All right, guys, so we are back at green. We are back at Blue Spiral, and because we use this spawn for the previous section of our ultimate guide. I'm going to continue to use this one so you guys can be familiar with it. Once again, this is blue spawn, and I am going to show you guys how to make the most dribbles possible without using any of the key cards. There is so many high tier spawns and ways to make money currently on this map without using the key cards. So this is going to be my floor loot section of the video, and I'm just going to show you guys all the high tier spots to make money once again without using the key cards. So we're going to go here. This is I like to call this backside blue because of course I like to call this backside green because we're on the back of green. You come over here to dark offices, and dark offices is filled with so many spawns here. Gold spawn here. We have a high tier spawn here. We have a high tier spawn, and once again, these high tier spawns can spawn anything between governance cards, LEDXs, bitcoins, anything that you say, you can name it. We have a safe here. You do not need any key to loot it. Can spawn anything that a safe can spawn. You have all these PCs if you'd like to loot them. I don't personally loot PCs at the moment, but hey, definitely money to be made. High tier loot spawn. High tier loot spawn. Come here, high tier loot spawn. So this is dark offices. This dark office is the better dark office, the right side of dark office. I would advise you to please be careful while you're in here because every wooden spot on this game, every staircase on this game has broken audio. So if somebody's running up on you, you will really not be able to hear it until they are right in your face. So just please be aware and understanding of where you're out of the map at all times, because anytime there are wooden steps, there is a possibility that you can set yourself up for failure. So once again, please be careful. As we go to the other dark office, this dark office isn't as good, but it still has money to be made, of course. We have gold spawns here. Look in these cabinets, there's gold spawns here. Come over here, there's also another safe. PCs if you want to loot them, of course. And as we come down into mid, I'm going to continue to show you guys all the floor loot spots. Med spawn, intel spawn, black keycard spawn here, VPX spawn, intel spawn, high tier loot spawn, high tier loot spawn, high tier loot spawn, defib spawn, high tier loot can be found all right here, VPX spawn, RFID spawn, high tier loot spawn right here, also right here. Right here we have another black keycard spawn, RFID PC. I'm not quite sure if the LEDX still spawns in here. I haven't seen LEDX spawn here in ages. I want to say it's this one right here. I guess it still can spawn, but I haven't seen it in like 2 wipes, so maybe it looks better than mine. We come in here to med tent. We have med spawn, high tier loot spawn, high tier loot spawn, med spawn, med spawn. As we come to the other side of mid, I have to call that either dome side of mid, or dome side of mid is a good way to call it. Now we're on the other side of mid, which would be weapon testing side in mid. High tier loot spawn, high tier loot spawn, PCs if you want to loot them, intel spawn. You can come over here and there's an intel spawn here. Streamer cages usually has some type of really valuable loot, so always check streamer cages right here. Vertex spawn, then you just have a couple of your toolboxes and stuff like that all right here. So for this room right here, this is not a keycard room, but this is weapon testing, and so this is definitely a key that I would tell you guys to get. It's about maybe 50k, and it is an amazing spot. And I know I said no key cards, but for keys, I think everybody can do one scav and be able to afford a weapon testing key. Weapon testing key. Right here we have a high tier spawn, GPU, Bitcoin, GP coin, anything that you can think of, it is there. Now we're gonna go up here to managers. Now I do not loot managers, and I don't advise you guys to go loot managers, but if you may, managers is also 50k on the flea. You can come get it. Green card spawn here. This glass is the same glass that's outside of green and in black. It is pinnable, but it will also ricochet some bullets. So it's not completely pinnable, but it will brick it. Okay, so play it how you want. Just play it how you want. Yellow card spawn, intel spawn. you come in here with the manager's key here, and once again, you are a sitting duck in here. Do not advise, but if you're feeling ballsy, hey, go for it. Gold spawns here, gold spawn here. It can also be a weapon spawn, I want to say here. Then you have a safe right here if you really want to maximize that ruble. Now we come over here, and this is a very low-key spawn that many people forget about once they are in here, but this is a great spot to check. Right over here in hangar, there is a high tier spawn LEDX GPU here, so please always check that spot. People forget it so many times. I've gotten so many LEDXs, I've gotten so many GPUs from right there, so please check that for sure. We come over here to I like to call this side red side or green side, so it's split in the middle right here. Green side on that side, red side on this side of the wall. So now we go to cat office. We go to cat right here, and once again, please be careful because it's the same type of glass, but you can literally be seen or be shot from 1,000 different angles. So please loot this very quickly. Don't hesitate. Get in, get out. Do not sit right here. It is a terrible spot. All these spawns are high tier spawns right here, as you can see. Intel spawn, but you just hardly see those spawns anymore. But does not mean it's not very likely. I like to call this spawn Intel room simply because it used to spawn in Intel. Many people like to camp in this room as well. Please be careful. Just because this door is closed does not mean people are not in here. I'm going to show you a couple of cheeky spots people like to sit in. Right when you get in, they love to sit in just simply in the corner. They love holding a right-hand peek there, so please be careful. Also, another one which is a little bit different than the other one. If you ever hear somebody jumping on wood, if you ever hear somebody fidgeting in here, moving around, and it just doesn't seem like, you know, they're not necessarily like hiding, always check in here whenever you're doing your little right-hand peek, your quick peeks when you're jumping around or whatever you're doing. Whenever you run in here, pre-fire this. My gun was not on full auto. Pre-fire this right here. People will attempt to come up here. I don't even know if I can do it, to be honest, but we'll give it a try. Oh, I can't do it. They just sit right here. They sit right here. They just will sit here, and they will wait for you. Probably not with their laser on. So please pre-fire this. Be careful. People will sit in here, and it's just pretty gross. Gold spawn right here. Gold spawn there. High tier, high value spawn there. Usually you can get food and water out of here, so if you ever need some food and water, this is definitely the place to go. High tier loot spawn as well right here. High tier loot spawn as well here. And these are all the spawns that you need to make money without key cards. Now you still need a couple of keys, but these spawns can legitimately spawn anything. They can spawn LEDs, GPUs, Bitcoins, you name it, they can spawn it. I'm just trying to give you guys all the information that you guys need to be able to play labs and loot labs confidently. Go spawn GPU spawn in here as well. And the last floor loot spawn that I can imagine that maybe not floor loot spawn, but the spawn that will spawn something extremely valuable will be under here. There's also a safe under here. There's a bag under here. Safes can spawn Bitcoins and gold items, so never always loot them. In here you have a bag, a safe, and you also have a jacket. And there used to be trigger spawns can also spawn around here. Make sure to grab those triggers. And you can also find helpful stuff here. I haven't had much luck finding stuff here, but you can find Tetris's GPUs as well as right here, but it's definitely been a while. In here there's an RFID spawn right here, and there's a VPX spawn right there. Once again, those spawns have not been seen by myself personally, and in a very long time. This entire wipe, and this wipe I have nearly 3,000 raids, so just to kind of give you guys some perspective on that, they hardly spawn, but that does not mean that they cannot spawn. That just means that it is not very likely. So that is all of the That is all of the floor loot spawns, all of the high tier item spawns that you can find in here on this map. And lastly, there's one more spot, but I almost didn't want to put it in the video because I haven't seen it in like a year and a half. But in here, there is a moonshine spawn right here, weapon spawn, and lastly, there's a LEDX spawn right here. Once again, I shouldn't even put it in because I haven't found it in 3 wipes, but maybe you guys get more lucky than me. So this is all of these spawns to make money without having key cards. And I know as I went around those spawns right now, there was hardly any loot on those spawns, but trust me, you can make so much money looting those spawns. It's just all of the spawns that I showed you can really almost spawn a LEDX or a GPU. So you look at grabbing one of those and you're instantly making a ton of money for one raid, not including, you know, raider loot, player loot, and if you have key cards. But that is just simply without key cards right there. All right, guys, so now I am going to show you the raider spawns and how to activate raiders on the map. I'm going to show you how they where they spawn and how to make them spawn on the map. So if you spawn down here, this is our under green spawn. You are directly by 2 raider spawns right here, and right here for this spawn right here, you turn on the elevator. And on this specific map, every raider spawn is also going to be an extraction, or it is going to trigger an extraction. So this is the only map that does this. Once you call the elevators, once you call raiders onto the map, it will spawn and allow you to leave throughout certain exits. So I will give you the raider spawns, how to activate them, and also the extractions in this one right here. So this is the button under green. You turn this one on. If you hear the voice did not talk. This one is going to be called "Oh." If you ever hear the voice on the intercom say "Oh," this is "Oh," and this will trigger raiders, and also it will trigger you the ability to extract from the map. So if you look down here, raiders will spawn down here through these double doors. They will also spawn somewhere else, and I will explain that just in a second. If you hit that button right there, you have the ability to call this elevator, and you can leave from this elevator right here. So this is the medical block elevator, med elevator, medical, however you want to call it, but you literally hit the button in there and you hit this button and you can leave. Now I will advise you guys for any of these buttons being pressed. For newer players, this is very confusing, and sometimes you're okay with people leaving, but I'm gonna advise you, please be careful when clicking buttons. Whenever you click buttons, for certain people on the map, they will hear you click these buttons. They will hear the intercom go. They will say whatever, you know, they'll give you the general area of where the player is and how they leave. People have played this game and this map so long that they've mastered being able to cover a whole lot of ground based off that comm that they hear. So whenever you hit this button, whenever you hit that button right there, the intercom is gonna go "Oh," and right then and there, players on this map are going to know that you are in that room trying to usually trying to extract out of this spot. So please be careful and be aware, because people will W key you as soon as they hear the button. Just want to give you guys a fair warning. It's inevitable to click it because you have to extract, but please be careful once clicking that button. All you have to do is go into the elevator and leave, and you'll be good to go. And a helpful tip, chat, just a helpful tip. If you leave your backpack or loot in the elevator and you call it, if you call the elevator and they leave, whether there's a dead person in there or you left your backpack in there, whatever it is, if you ever see somebody leaving to the elevator, trying to leave to the elevator, and you manage to kill them as the door is closing, all you have to do is hit the button again. Because once you hit the button again and the elevator returns, because this spawn, all the elevators except for one elevator can be called multiple times. You can call them as many times as you need to. So the 2 out of 3 elevators can be called it as many times as you want. Your backpack or the person who is dead in here, if you manage to kill them, will still be able to get the loot right here. So just a helpful tip. So as you come in here, down in basement, You have to be careful with the spawn right here. We like to call this room boiler right here, for the sole fact that, well, this room is an entire boiler room right here, okay? So we call the spot G. Now this extraction also triggers raiders, but it also triggers an extraction. So please be aware and understand where they're gonna be at. I don't know if you can hear that. G. That spawns G. You can hear it on the intercom, and once again, raiders will come from down this dark metal hall right here. The raiders will also be down that hall as well right there. Please be careful. Raiders usually come here, or raiders will come on the backside here. These doors are usually open. Never shoot a raider through this. Never shoot a raider through fence, through bushes, or through glass. Raiders have aimbot, and they are better than 99% of the player base. Do not peek this. You will die. Your bullets will not register, but the raiders' bullets will. So please be careful. Raiders like to sit back here, so please take a different angle. Raiders also will sit in here. There's a couple, corporal floor loot spawns, a couple just low-key spawns you can loot. But this button triggers raiders on the backside, on this back hall. I like to call that either dark metal, dark hall backside, or they will spawn in this hall right in front. Once again, please be aware. Please be cautious. They can spawn anywhere in here. They sometimes can even open this door and sit in here. So if you want to farm raiders, that's okay. But please, just be careful. Just please be careful. And once you call that button, once you call I like to call it the G spot button. You can call it G, you can call it boiler button, whatever you want to call it. It is not this elevator. This elevator does not work. This is not a real elevator that works on this map. You need to go above. You need to go 2 levels up. That is the blue level, the black level. You need to go to the green level. This elevator is activated whenever you hit G spot. Once you hit G spot, it opens up cargo elevator. Now the one thing about cargo elevator is this elevator takes the longest to get here, and it takes the longest to leave. So if you press that button down there and people know you are coming here, you should be ready to fight unless the map is white. Because if not, it's the loudest and the slowest elevator. You can simply press the button, and it will take 7 seconds, maybe even 8 seconds. It takes 9 seconds to leave out of this elevator. And one thing about this elevator that is different compared to the other 2 elevators, because there is 3 total. Once you hit that button, you cannot take it again, and it's a one-time go. You take it once, it's gone. It will not come back. All right, guys. Lastly, the last extract. That can be called when calling raiders for elevators is main. This is called main. You can hear it. Then it's story. You can also call it air. It's also known as the main elevator, as seen second on the Expo stream right there. So that is main. This is air. If you ever hear somebody say air, everyone say it. Air. Just know this is where it's at. This is where you go. Raiders will spawn here. Raiders will spawn in dark metal. Raiders will spawn to the right. You definitely have to be careful here because this is a very open platform. I like to call this electrical right here. This is the electrical room. And simply to get to extract, you simply go here and you just click this button. But please be careful because once you call that button, raiders can also spawn here and they will be lingering. The raiders will be lingering and you just need to be careful. So please be sure to clear all of this before you leave. If you have the time to. If you just want to get out and leave, I understand. But raiders do not spawn back here, but they will spawn here and they will spawn down the hall and in dark metal. So just be aware. All right, guys. So we are now going to the 2 extractions that do not have elevators, but they are also activated as you call raiders. So we're right here in kitchen. Don't forget kitchen spawn is right here. If you go down this, I like to call this quad stairs. Quads right here is the 4 big doors. This does not spawn open. It is simply because I just walked through it. As you come through here, you have quads, and now we are in hangar. Hangar is also a this is an extraction right here. This is also a raider. This is how you call raiders. And so how you call raiders is you come over here and you hit this button. The two hangars, parking button and hangar button, they are not 100% active. You cannot always call these. Raiders will come out of here. Raiders will spawn in kitchen. They might spawn under. It just simply depends on the raid. But for this button right here, all you have to do is click this button. If it's callable, just go up to it and press F. It might not always be callable, and you can extract there after you kill the raiders, but you need to be careful because the raiders are dangerous and they spawn in that extract. So that is one extract over there, and you got to be careful. If you hit that button, they will spawn in here along these bushes. Please be careful. Maybe have a scope if you plan to kill some raiders. Potentially always take the right peek. Raiders are once again insane. So as you go over here to the other button, this is once again it's not other. This is called parking button. That one was called hangar button. You come in here to parking room, spawn. If I didn't say those, same with this one. You hit this button right here, it will activate raiders under, inside, along these corners, or also in cat. If it's not pressable, then you just simply can't hit it. But that is all of the raider spawns and the extracts from pressing buttons to activate raiders. Now I've already went over the other two extractions on this map are going to be the sewer spawn, which is in sewer. You can spawn in down there. You can, if you want to take a safe route, you can go to sewer and hit the button. All right, guys. So we're once again in the blue spiral spawn, and lastly, guys, I just wanted to go over a couple things in the game and in Tarkov. Now there are other places, other callouts on this map that I didn't go over. I like to call this OP blue, above blue. I call this either Ratacombs or U, because you can go in this side, you can go out on the other side. But I actually, not necessarily more so the callouts, but I wanted to go over a couple things in here that really don't necessarily pertain to loot, but just more so help you out with the PvP aspect and the movement of the game. First and foremost, the stair audio here on these metal stairs and any wooden stairs on the map, the metal audio on those stairs and any wood audio that you're gonna see here, quite frankly, the audio is just terrible. The audio is terrible. If you're sitting right here, because you really wouldn't be able to see it, if you're sitting right here and if somebody runs up these wooden stairs, which can be found on the stairs right by yellow, the stairs by parking, and the stairs by red, all stair audio on this map is pretty bad. I'm not saying it's anybody's fault. I'm just gonna tell you, you're gonna die many times if you're sitting above stairs, because the audio simply does not render until they're pretty much right there, and then you have no time to react. So I just wanted to, allow you guys to know that the audio on stairs is terrible. So please be careful when you are trying to fight somebody. This is Oppo elbow right here. Whenever you're trying to fight somebody on these stair audio, never sit on stairs. The same with this one right here. This is yellow stairs. If I go up this audio, you will not hear me unless you are watching it. And even when you're watching it, you're gonna see them before you hear them. And so please never sit on the stairs like this. Never sit on the stairs. Never. Don't heal here. Don't serve kit here. If you need to hide, I guess you could hide here, but I don't, because it is a simple way that you will get put in the ground. It's just not a good spot. It leads to, a lot of times, it leads to death. Now, whenever you call these buttons and you're fighting these raiders, a very helpful tip for you guys is that whenever you are here and raiders are coming here, you can jump up on this metal and you can shoot the raiders with them not actually seeing you. Meaning that whenever you shoot them, they will not shoot back, because they do not render their AI does not render being able to shoot you through this glass. So please be careful. They will see you right here though, so be careful. But if you shoot them from right there, you will be okay. And another important thing here when farming raiders, if you lean peek the raiders, if you slow lean them, meaning if you alt D, or if you alt what is that, S, if you alt D, or if you alt S, raiders will not instantly shoot you if you alt lean, meaning if you slow lean it, even if they're right here in front of you, if you just lean a little bit, they will not shoot you because they cannot see you because of the right hand peek. Another thing as well is that on this map, 90% of the time a good player is going to take a right hand peek. Please refrain from taking left hand peeks. Left hand peeks usually are not good. It's something simply with the server. On the server side, left hand peeks usually involve death. So I'm just giving you guys a fair warning now. Even for newer players or for older players, everyone should know, understand the importance of right hand peeks when PvPing, and also when killing raiders, because raiders also take right hand peeks and they will kill you if you're just out in the open, or if you're just not on the right hand peek the best, or not on the corner the best. You know, it usually doesn't end well. So that's just a tip on farming raiders and PvP. Just please be aware, please be careful when it comes to audio and whenever it comes to stuff like that. But here we have what we call server. I'm sure you've seen a bunch of people fight here. Server spawn and server, this is just a great place to fight, but it's also extremely dangerous for multiple reasons. A lot of people like to sit on this metal in this corner right here. That's not really why I'm trying to say it. Once you get in here, into this server right here, all of this glass is simple to the manager's glass, the green glass, and it's even better than the black glass. Bullets do not pin this glass more often than not. If you're shooting 5.581 through this glass, or even 995, the odds are you're not going to win this battle. So in order to enhance your opportunity to survive while fighting in here, play these servers. These servers, shooting through 2 or 3 or even 4 things of glass. This is not bulletproof glass, but it's the closest thing we've gotten to a almost not pinnable glass. So play these servers, wiggle in and out, you know, play to your advantage based off your gun and your ammo. This allows you to have the best opportunity to survive here. You can go here. Every single server has a front door and a side door. It's always going to be on the front or on the end, and it's always going to be on the side right here. And you can play these servers to your advantage, and just please be careful when you're PvPing. I think this is very helpful to new players and old players. You can maximize your abilities to survive, and it will ultimately give you the best chance of killing another player, another team. Just, you know, wiggle, play these. You've seen every good player do it. Definitely get this into your bag, into your gameplay. Most certainly. All right, guys. So I have given you spawns. I have given you keycard room spawns, where to look, loot patterns, rotations, and just trying to give you guys the best call outs possible for you guys to familiarize yourself with the game. Don't forget, there's nothing wrong with how I just played it. Getting your 1 key card and going into an offline raid. Your key card will not be used. It's just, you know, just so it allows you to get into labs and going into an offline raid. You can even put on raiders and put on AI, and you can, you know, play it like that to gain confidence. If you do happen to die on an offline raid, keep your entire kit, and you get to keep your key card. And I just hope that this video can help you guys gather the confidence and, once again, the familiarity of playing labs and becoming more confident. Once again, I would tell any new player, old player, a learning player, to understand the importance of good bullets, understanding the importance of never going over geared. Never feel like you have to go over geared to labs because you're new to it, or because you feel like other players are running really geared, because odds are they're usually not. A TV rig, a level 4, if you have a level 5, that's okay. a Karan, a Giselle, stuff like that. It's a great way for you to learn the game and gain confidence. And map knowledge is going to be key here. And I tried giving you guys all the tools, all the assets based off extractions, based off the raider spawns, the likability of where they're going to be at, how they're going to play. And I try to give you guys everything possible to help you guys become a better player. And lastly, I'm going to tell you guys is understand how overpowered the right hand peak is in this game. The right hand peak is ultimately going to give you guys the advantage, and it's also going to give you the disadvantage. If you don't have a right hand peak, odds are you're going to have to be completely better than the other player. And sometimes that's always not the case. If you're holding a right hand peak, you can kind of, I'm not telling you to abuse the mechanic, but just use the mechanics to your advantage, because it's in the game and every other player on labs is more than likely going to do it. So I hope with this with this information, with this video, I hope you guys can once again just enjoy labs. Don't be scared to play labs. It's simply just another map on Tarkov. Me myself, I down every map, but the more confident you play in labs and you take these helpful tips, the better player you will be over time. Now it's going to take some time, because once again, you're playing the best players in the game, but don't necessarily take it the wrong way if you die a couple times, because you will get that thick raid, and that thick raid can definitely cover a couple of deaths. So stack up on those key cards and just utilize this video to the best of your ability. And be sure to comment down below if I missed anything. If you guys have any tips, if you have any questions, I'm here to answer all of your questions throughout this video. And one more thing as well, boys, please, we have been getting a lot of support on the YouTube videos. Our last 3 YouTube videos has gotten over 1.5k views, and I just want to tell you guys how much I appreciate that. And grinding YouTube has been something that I've been doing for a good while now, and to finally see it begin to pay off, I am going to be doing way more in-depth videos, not just gameplay videos. And just please let me know what you guys want, and how you think I did in this video. But don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we're just gonna keep on gassing up the YouTube, man. And we're gonna keep putting them out there, boys. So thank you guys for being here, staying through the video. Once again, I love you guys, and we're gonna get this one out ASAP. And next videos will be out soon.